Welcome to the Daily Exchange. We're back, guys, and we're talking some serious crypto conspiracies today. Did you see that? Well, we'll see you guys right after this. Welcome back, guys. So Bitcoin ETFs have been dismissed. Put them away in your top drawer. Pack up your bags. Kiss your wife goodnight. Party is over with ETFs. Potentially. We will talk about that in a second. But there's some breaking news just 1 hour ago. We'll get back to it in a second. But let's look at this fear and greed index right now. Fear and greed in cryptocurrency. Fear and greed. We are in extreme fear. Does anyone else feel extreme fear right now? Whew, extreme fear. $6,200 was the defense mark yesterday by Bitcoin, which is now blocking access. Obviously, China trying to block access to cryptocurrency all around the world, and the ETFs being blocked. But there is some good news. Let's talk about that. Good news. There are 3 ETFs that have been marked as stayed on the SEC website. Now, what does stayed mean? It means basically the SEC are going to review that decision. So even though they're all blocked, there are 3 with reviews of their decision. Stand by. Joel, have you got the tweet there from Hester Pierce? Hester Pierce is a baller. I really like Hester Pierce. And obviously the news is still developing. We don't know when those reviews will take place. And obviously it was, so Hester says, yesterday staff orders disapproving SRO rules related to a number of Bitcoin ETFs are stayed pending commission review. So in English, the commission chairman and commissioners delegate some tasks to its staff. When the staff acts in such cases, it acts on behalf of the commission. The commission may review the staff's actions, as will now happen here. So there's going to be potentially an overruling in the SEC about other staff and their decision about the Bitcoin ETFs. Whew! It's getting hot in the kitchen, but like, wow. We've got some SEC smacking each other up. I love this. It's lots of fun. I love this. A bit of like in-house fighting, you know. It's almost like a world WWF match. Joel, do you like wrestling?
I really like wrestling.
You like wrestling?
Yeah,
I like
do.
wrestling as well.
How could you tell?
You know, you're just that kind of wrestling kind of
Yeah,
guy
it's-
like me. Guys, let's look at the prices right now. Bitcoin back down around that 6,503 mark. Ethereum at 274. EOS at $4.87, down 5.27%. Ethereum Classic is bucking the trend and going up again. Someone explain to me Ethereum Classic. Bitcoin Cash, $528. Litecoin, $56. Ripple, sorry, XRP, not Ripple, XRP, not related to each other. 32 cents. And what else are we looking at? We've got a bit of Cardano down 6%, IOTA down 10%, NEO down 9%. It's kind of a mixed bag, really. Bitcoin's kind of hanging in there. I don't know. It's one of those things, really. Where are we going to go? Ethereum, according to analyst Ayusha Jindal of ETH News, there is a connecting bullish trend line forming with the current support at $284 US. I don't know where this guy gets his information from, but I'm looking at Ethereum right now and I'm seeing as weak as chips. Ayesha, on the other hand, that's not financial advice, goes on to state that if the price of Ether is able to shoot up again, it needs to break through both $290 and $295, and the final challenge for buyers is 300. We saw 300 the other day, actually, which was kind of cool. I like 300. Coinbase. Back in July, obviously announcing the exploration of 5 new token listings: Cardano, BAT, Stellar, Zcash, and 0x. Obviously, the exploration process doesn't guarantee the coins will be listed, but there is a tweet, a Coinbase image. I'm sorry, Joel, if you could bring it up. We've got. You can see here that Coinbase has advertised ZRX, BRT, and MakerDAO on its Coinbase wallet product design. That's a lot of speculation. That's a long, long bow in my books. But let's see, prices, Cardano, ZRX, doesn't seem to have moved. Obviously, they're reporting, obviously different ones from that image, but obviously it's an internet theory. But let's talk about Ripple. We got some real wacky stuff. Conspiracy theory number 1. Conspiracy Ripple theory number 1 breaks down like this. There's a dude called Bearable Guy 123. BG123 we'll call him. And supposedly, he is a Ripple insider who has some of the hardcore XRP faithful on xrpchat.com and Reddit speculating for sport. Now, this story really gets deep, so prepare yourself for this situation. The fascinating story, it's obviously very much internet culture, but it breaks down a bit like this. BG123 was making these really bold predictions. So for example, he posted a MoneyGram logo and ahead of a Walmart partnership, and another hinting at school funding before Ripple made a big donation to donorschools.org, which funds projects pitched by teachers. BG123 is also only the only mod of Rippled, which is now set to invite only, and their Twitter now looks to be gone. It's getting spookier. Let's go deeper. There is a apparent price prediction of $589 for Ripple. Now, obviously Ripple trades at 32 cents, right? But one theory is that 558.9 is the atomic weight of cobalt. And Ripple Cobalt is, of course, XRP's update that came out. So, could be a game changer, as some analysts are predicting, but we're going to get deeper. Here we go. Wait for this. Now, Joel, can you bring up the spooky castle Ripple image on my laptop? I'm bringing it up. We're going to get real spooky now. Okay, here we go. Let's really get into this one. Here is the spooky cryptocurrency Ripple image. Apparently, in this, parts of it look like the Book of Daniel, where Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image. Here he is. Of gold, the height of which was 60 cubits and its width 6 cubits. We've got a bear with blue eyes looking to the left. We've got an infinity symbol, Phoenix pointing to Bitcoin, Ripple staff. The standard, we've got the puppet situation going on here with the serpent eating itself. And persevere written on the door with the Chinese wall blocked. Now, I'm not saying I'm not saying that I'm like, you know, really into this sort of spooky stuff, but this image is guaranteed bonkers. Anyway, coming back, Ripple potentially, there's probably something going on here. If you can figure that out, I would love to hear about it. If you can't figure it out and you're just like me, Joel, post it out to everyone. Give them a chance at the Ripple strongest something. Anyway, we're going to move on from that because sometimes I don't think I just go to the same parts of the internet as other people do. Joel, do you go on these kind of parts of the internet?
I don't.
You don't. I don't even know what to say about that. Crypto conspiracy #1. Ripple, all done. I'm over with that. I don't even want to get any further in that. That one just, I don't even know where to go with that. Let's go on to CNBC. CNBC contra indicator. So there has been a big jab at CNBC. We've got a little tweet here. It's called My CNBC Fast Money. I love crypto. It says, my CNBC Fast Money BTC indicator is saying go long here for Bitcoin. Average return on bearish tweets equals 30% profit. So people are forecasting. If the indicator holds up, we should see Bitcoin price rally to 8,500. Share away, but make sure you follow and tag me. So basically, when people see, when people go real hectic bearish on CNBC, apparently it's a good time to buy. This is not financial advice. But share away and check this out. It is probably the wackiest thing. Trader Jacob Canfield, who created this chart, is apparently forecasting a pretty much inverse direct correlation between CNBC. Oh, it's not available anymore. But you can see when things move in certain directions, I'm sure you can find it out there. But apparently, CNBC is probably the best indicator to do the exact opposite of what they're suggesting. All right, let's move on. Crypto versus stocks. So I don't know if you guys have seen, Joel, if you want to bring this up, if you were to invest in Crocs, you'd probably be doing better than Bitcoin right now, unfortunately. Yep. You know, I reckon I could see the Queen and in Crocs, and I don't think she'd be too appreciative of it, just quietly. But it has performed better than Bitcoin last year. Who are buying these Crocs? Joel, what do you think of Crocs?
I actually really like Crocs.
You like Crocs?
They're very much an at-home shoe. But,
yeah.
Yeah.
At-home shoe, not to be shared shoe. I don't know if you want to tweet them out. Do you think there's some Instagram profiles with people who love their Crocs? That'd be awesome.
We should start one.
We should start one. Really interesting. Another part of the video we showed yesterday was the Chief Strategy Officer from CoinShares really eloquently responding with some amazing context. Take a look. I don't know, Joel, if you can bring up our CoinShares CNBC video.
Question to you. Why would I want to buy Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency if the narrative is so hard to pin down?
Sure, but let's go back to, again, I think the analogy everyone uses because it's an analogy that makes sense is 1999 and the internet stocks, right? So if we look at Amazon at its peak, it took 9 years to recover from peak trough back to peak, right? So you had to be in Amazon for 9 years to recover your value. If we look at Intel, right, 15 years. Microsoft, 17 years. New technologies that shift the paradigm take a long time to really understand. And I think what we saw in crypto is we saw this massive run up where everyone got FOMO, or fear of missing out, as we like to say. And what it caused was this speculative bubble. And we've talked about bubbles and capital formation a lot. But all of that capital is now getting deployed into building real businesses that serve a real purpose. And so I think, again, it's a story that's going to take some time. We're experimenting with that narrative, but we're starting to see real traction. A lot of it's really dependent on finding those data points, those metrics that are going to drive that growth story. But again, I don't think this is new. We've seen this time and time again. Anytime there's new technology that we're really trying to understand and bring into the market, it's just a question of finding the right data points, getting that message out there, and really telling that growth story to investors who are looking for value and growth.
So,
yeah, so basically, guys, it's going to take some time. I remember when Hotmail was a big thing. And I don't know who, like, if you have a Hotmail account these days, that's like hanging on there. That's like back there. That's like if you go and check your letterbox for mail. That's like if you like still send telegrams, pages, fax machines. Has anyone ever sent a fax recently? I think I sent a fax the other day. Well, my mum did actually. She's a doctor, which is, I don't know how she even got the paper in or where that machine actually exists or if it still exists. But seriously, that is where we are. We are in the early days early days. People are going to look back and say, wow, look at the price back then. We're there. You are there right now. You are watching. You are tuned in. Now, there's one thing I want to point out. Did anyone see the size of that girl's laptop? Whew. I don't know, Joel, if you can wind us back and bring us in. There's a girl in the middle there, and she has an incredible laptop. Are we still good? I think we are still good. I just lost my all of my dialogues and screens and everything. I'm still good. I'm still good. But I just want to bring back is this girl with her laptop. I don't know if we can bring that up in a sec, Joel. Let's move on while we get the laptop up. Unless, Joel, you've got it there. Anyway, let's move on. Talking about CNBC, I want to move past that, but let's have a look. I'm going to talk about more crypto conspiracies and where this whole thing came from. Where did cryptocurrency come from? Why are we doing this? Why? Why are we doing cryptocurrency? What do we believe in? Now, obviously, there's a lot of people who don't like Wall Street. Let's talk about why we need cryptocurrency, right? And all of this started, where did this start? Does anyone know the history behind this? Let's talk about this. So back in the 80s, there were these gangsters. Not gangsters, but like these like cool guys who went by pseudonyms. And they were all influenced by this book called, by Ayn Rand's novel of 1957, Atlas Shrugged. Atlas Shrugged. If you haven't got a copy, pick up a copy and have a read. And it's basically what it's about is a dystopian philosophical sci-fi fiction masterwork. Like this is a serious piece of work, and this has started a revolution that we are involved with. It's where the United States government battles against business. Think about that. Think about business being that strong and competing against governments. Just have a little think about that. That's pretty intense, right? Obviously, it went on to include, after this publication, we've got the Cypherpunk Manifesto. And if you look, this is in the 90s, the Cypherpunk Manifesto, I don't know if, we'll send these links out as well. So the Cypherpunk Manifesto is right here. It is by Eric Hughes. It's one page. Privacy is necessary for an open society in the electronic age. Privacy is not secrecy. Private matter is something one doesn't want the whole world to know, but a secret matter is something one doesn't want anybody to know. Privacy is the power to selectively reveal oneself to the world. The cypherpunks were part of this as well, right? So this is where the genesis of all this stuff is happening, right? This is why we've got privacy coins, why we've got such concern about privacy and information and things like that. This is the genesis, and this is the crucial readings I encourage everyone to read. Now let's talk about, again, who was on this cypherpunk mailing list. Let me read you some of the names. You've got Jacob Applebaum, who developed Tor. You've got Julian Assange, founder of WikiLeaks. You've got Dr. Adam Back, inventor of Hashcash and the co-founder of Blockstream. You've got Bram Cohen, creator of BitTorrent. This is going to get deep. Hal Finney, main author of PGP 2.0, creator of Reusable Proof of Work. Tim Hudson, co-author of SSLEAY and the precursor to OpenSSL. Paul Kosher, co-author of SSL 3.0. Can you feel this energy right now? Privacy, security, what's going on? Moxie Marlinspike, founder of Open Whisper Systems, developer of Signal. That's the chat app. I don't know if anyone's used that. Signal, apparently backed by Snowden himself. Stephen Shear, creator of the concept of the Warrant Canary. Bruce Schneider, well-known security author. Zook Wilcox O'Hearn, DigiCash developer, founder of Zcash. And Philip Zimmerman, creator of PGP 1.0. Can you feel the energy right now? This is serious privacy. This is the foundation stone. This is the cornerstone of where this cryptocurrency entire thing has started and continues to be born from. And that genesis and that privacy and that new world we're trying to create, just have a read of that. And remember, why are we doing this? And what are we doing it for during these tough times through this bear market? Remember that And I think it's going to give you some hope. I think it's going to give you some belief back, because that's the one thing no one can take away from us is our belief in what we are trying to do right now. All right, guys, I'm going to send those links out. But thanks very much for watching. That's my cryptocurrency conspiracy. That's my cryptocurrency philosophy take right now on where this whole thing started. We'll see you guys after the weekend. And thanks for watching, and do subscribe to the Daily Exchange. Yeah!